If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
Trump and his allies are continuing to claim widespread voter fraud in the US election. The trouble is, the allegations just aren't stacking up.
For the president to go out there and claim that without any evidence of that is dangerous.
At least 17 lawsuits have been filed by his campaign. Most are making similar claims, alleging that Trump election observers didn't have the access or mail-in ballots were fraudulently cast.
There's a lot of fraudulent voting going on in this country.
It's not true. It's very normal for ballots to be counted that have been mailed on Election Day but have not made it to the ballot counting centers.
In Arizona, Trump's campaign alleges thousands of in-person ballots in Phoenix were mishandled by poll workers and resulted in some ballot selections being disregarded.
They've got to start showing their math, if you will, bringing it out there and saying, okay, this is how many votes were down in Arizona, this is how many votes we believe were improperly cast, and why. Here are the people that are signing affidavits or what have you. But they need to be a lot more transparent with what those issues are.
They want a manual inspection of the ballots and are asking the court to bar the certification of election results until an inspection is complete.
We think there's going to be a lot of litigation because we have so much evidence, so much proof, and it's going to end up perhaps at the highest court in the land.
In Georgia, 2 Republican senators have demanded the resignation of the Secretary of State over what they call too many failures in Georgia elections this year, but they don't specify what the failures are.
With the margin being so close, it will require a full by-hand recount in each county.
The Secretary of State announced an audit of the presidential election results that will trigger a full hand tally. In Michigan, Trump's campaign claims illegal and ineligible ballots were counted.
Guys, this is fraud. This is absolute fraud.
The lawsuit is based on allegations by poll watchers that they weren't allowed close enough to the vote counting. Some say they saw double counting of some ballots or signs of political bias, including poll workers rolling their eyes when they opened ballots.
The news networks don't get to decide this election.
He's not going to concede when at least 600,000 ballots are in question.
There is no evidence to suggest anyone miscounted votes out of political motivation.
Well, he can try for a recount, but that's not necessarily going to do very much for him. The Republicans tend to raise concerns about fraud, but there's very little evidence that there is actually a problem with the kind of fraud that they're asserting.